finna do? Kick down your door, boy. That boy flat bad, man. It's the origin. It's the origin. It's the origin. It's the origin. Chill. Just sit back and relax and listen to the sounds of. Hey, Z-A-N-D-O. If you ain't know, put it back time. Hot boy in the city. You could call me Lit.
What's up, family? Back with another dope episode of Who's Hot Music Exclusive, and we tapped in all the way from Atlanta. Man, I got my man Lit Zando in the building. My man is certainly lit, man. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on? I'm just glad that I woke up today and I'm blessed to be here.
Absolutely.
Come on
Hey,
now.
so, second half of the year, man, this is an opportunity for the fans to really tap into some dope talent. And, we're just thankful to be able to kick it off with you, man. I had an opportunity to really check out some of your music and kind of dive into who you are. And, you got an interesting sound, man. I would say even on this new EP that he just dropped, which is called EP.
Mhm.
It's got a nice little collection of sounds, man. I was going through it from the song Southside Freestyle to First Time. You know what I'm saying? First Time had to be my favorite track on there.
Okay.
Absolutely. So how did you come up with the title for your name? For your
Um, yeah, so if you don't know, my real name is my initials EP. So I was just like, I don't know. I feel like since it's my first body of work when it comes to my music, I might as well just try and start it off to the beginning of everything, which starts with my name. And also this EP is me as a person in a sense. It means a lot since this is my first body of work, and it just includes all of my inner characters in a sense, inner ways that I live life, and it's all just combined on this one project. So might as well title it myself.
Oh yeah. Debut EP, man. That's very dope. Congratulations.
Mhm.
You
Thank you,
know,
thank you.
how long did it take you to actually get the project done?
Honestly, I've been wanting to do an EP for a long time, but I feel like it really was just like, oh, I'm capable of doing it. It was about last year, maybe last year and some change, that I was just like, oh, okay, I actually want to drop this. So and I had music that I wanted to do just in general before that. And then everything just kind of aligned itself into just trying to make this EP. So it
Absolutely.
was really, yeah, it was a year, but then also just outside time. Yeah, coming all together.
Hey, great projects take time. You know what I'm saying? And it's major just to even get a project out there. Some people can't even actually formulate a whole entire project, and actually get it out to the public and it sounds good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a win for you. More to come, right? EPs turn into albums, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What would you say is your favorite track on this one?
My favorite track has got to be Z-A-N-D-O,
Okay.
what I'm saying, self-titled. But
Yep.
also, I think that song really is just my theme song. Like, it's very, very 2000s, early 2000s. It's like a T.I. sound, which is one of my influences.
Yep.
Which is why I'm paying an homage on the chorus.
Yep.
Obviously with his song 24. So I feel like that song really it's just me in a sense, especially because I'm talking about kind of just like, how my origin, what I'm saying? That's why I say in the beginning, it's the origin, it's the or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it just, yeah, it talks about just the two cultures that come together that just came to make me and also the culture that I was just raised in. So, yeah, like I said, every time I walk somewhere, I feel like that song is just playing in the back. And yeah, like WWE or something like that,
Absolutely. Got the personal theme song. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So that's just one of my top songs just ever that I made.
Absolutely. Now, you grew up in Atlanta, man. Atlanta is a hotbed for artists and hip hop, and obviously, like you said, one of your musical influences is T.I. Uh,
Mhm.
who else influenced you growing up out there in Atlanta?
Honestly, I feel like all of Atlanta influenced me.
Yeah.
T.I. definitely, I was listening to a lot of Gucci growing up. Jeezy, Outkast is one of my top artists. I mean, shout out to Louisiana too. Lil Wayne is actually one of my top artists also. And
Yep.
then shout out to West Coast, Kendrick, he's also up there with me. But a lot of the times it's really just Southern folks in general. I was listening to a lot of Ludacris too. He rep the city heavy. And yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, Young Thug, that was a big inspiration. Young Thug, Migos. There was also heavy in the influence growing up. And I was just listening to them all on the bus in the morning.
Yep, yep. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that's a dope combination, you know what I'm saying, from Gucci to Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? Crazy, you know what I'm saying? So, how did you actually say, "Hey, I want to actually start making music"? What was the start for you?
Well, I've also been an entertainer, and I've been an entertainer all my life.
Yeah.
This is just something that I've always just done. So you could either hear me singing in the shower or performing in the talent show. And I feel like what actually was the start of it was somebody that's not from the South, Michael Jackson. I RIP, but I feel like he's the person that actually made me want to just make music in general. And I believe that was one of his songs, it's slipping my mind. Black and White, that's one of the earliest memories of me performing at a talent show doing that song. Um, my grandma done made a sparkle vest for and parachute pants for me to go. If I could find a video, it'd be crazy to see. But yeah, definitely. He's the reason why I made music. That's why he's my top overall artist. Yeah, I'm on the hip hop whatnot, but that man is the reason why I just make music. Just
Hey,
he's a performer overall in general.
you can't go wrong with Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Can't go wrong with Mike. No,
It's almost
no.
it's almost as if like, every artist really is almost kind of paying a little homage to Mike himself,
Yeah.
he's that deep in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you also, not only from your solo projects, you've also got a group called Dojo 37.
Yes, yes.
So how did that come about?
So I made that with my friend, me and my friend, that's my homeboy. And we go way back. And we perform a lot together. And there was just a time where it was just like, oh, we should just make a rap group, right? And it was a thought thrown in the air, but then that's when I listened to like this beat and I was just like, oh, this would be a nice song to do. And I'm just like, oh, okay, might as well try and combine something. So I just kind of came up with the name Dojo 37. And it's not like it came out of nowhere. Dojo 37 is just like what kind of like whipping the game, you know what I'm saying? But also like 37 stems from like 37, so it's like where we came from above the whip the game for real. So it's just like a little combination like that. But also we're just like very active in a sense too. So I think it all just kind of works. But yeah, so that's kind of where the group came from. We just wanted to make a song and then might as well just keep it going, you know?
Hey, great collaborations lead to great success, though. You know,
Mhm.
do you guys plan on releasing any projects together?
Yes, I actually just got the license for another song that we made, and I'm gonna whip up a little album type, not a song title, cover art. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm gonna whip up a little cover art, and then I'm ready to release this. And I feel like this is our best song that we have done. I think it's a very great track.
Absolutely. Should we look forward to hearing it?
Mhm.
You know, outside of that, what artists would you like to actually collaborate with or actually work with in the near future?
It's gotta be Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
It's got to be T.I. Hey, Jeezy just hopped on the track with JT. I know I can get a feature from him. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Gucci, Luda. I guess all of my influences that I just described.
Yeah.
Definitely. And like I said, I need to trap for Kendrick too. But also I feel like 50 Cent would be fun feature to do.
Yeah.
And let me think. I have so many others actually, and I want to do. And this is outside of America, but I want to do Damian Marley also, which he is also another influence, very big influence to me. So, and
Yeah.
shout out to Marleys in general,
Yeah.
that whole family. But yeah, definitely I want to feature from them.
Absolutely. Now, life is about progression, right? So, right now you just dropped an EP. Uh,
Mhm.
what do you see yourself in the next 5 years in the music game?
When it comes to the music game, I'm going to have my own either a conglomeration or just a music record or music production thing in general. I like being my own
Yeah.
boss. So yeah, I see myself releasing albums under my own name. And I also plan on releasing just like a trilogy of like storytelling albums. I have a lot of things that I want to do, like collaboration features with all artists, like how Dreamville done, something reminiscent of that. And yeah, I just see myself just shifting the needle in culture in general with music, you know what I'm saying? Bringing back fun times, bringing back stories, bringing back just a lot of different things that I feel like, some stuff is just kind of missing, but also just adding to the culture in general and just making great music, you know what I'm saying? Outside of everything else, just making something fun to listen to.
Man, ultimately, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're having fun, living your dream and inspiring others, that's a win. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, a lot of artists, some artists, they have the goal of going the big major rap label route. That's
Hmm.
the deal. But it seems like you're on a path to independence. Um,
Yeah.
what was the decision in your mind that made you say, "Hey, I want to do this myself. I want to be able to actually own my own company and, be an entrepreneur."
Yeah, it started from, I mean, I feel like ever since I was just a kid, a lot of the times I just didn't see myself being under somebody. Like I always saw myself just owning a lot of things. And I already have my own production company called Red 13 Productions. That's more for films. And I will expand my reach, I have my little thing
Yeah,
going on, but I will expand everything. So that is just gonna be another thing, owning my own record label. That's just gonna be another thing that I'm gonna own. And I feel like the decision is just also, I hear a lot of stories. I hear a lot of stuff.
yeah,
I feel like everybody has heard these stories about what happens when people join these labels. Like I
yeah,
just saw a video where Mario Julius, he signed a deal with what is it? Atlantic or something like that. Not
yeah,
really sure, but pretty much they was just like, okay, we own your catalog. And I'm like, well, dang, that's crazy.
absolutely.
Right. So yeah, I feel like independent people, I want to make it as far as I can. I really, really do want to avoid the big companies because just the fact that the people that are tapped in still get like messed over in the
Right.
game. I'm just like, dang,
Yeah,
I I still want to have my life, like
absolutely.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just want to figure out a way and just make sure that I'm just going the best way that I am, really.
Absolutely. Going the indie route is got a lot of perks. You know what I'm saying? We've heard, like you said, we've heard so many stories of our icons and legends being messed over with
Hmm.
contracts and 360 deals and all type of, mess that goes on in the music industry, right? So, kudos to you for actually wanting to take a step forward and being able to create not only opportunities for yourself, but opportunities for others. Um,
Hmm.
and that takes a lot of time, energy, and also, learning, what I'm saying, on your part, what I'm saying, to be able to know the game.
Yeah.
What are some things that you do to actually like learn the business side, so learn the music side?
Well, something a person that definitely helps is William James. He sends me a lot of articles about what's going on with the music industry, and he's just always like, check this out. And I'm like, oh Lord, another link? That's crazy. So yeah, I look over what's going on there. And then also just seeing what these artists is post on like social media and whatnot. Because I mean there's a lot that you can actually learn from social media. Probably not the face value, but there's always an underlying thing going on. And if you just really pay attention, then you could really see everything unfolding.
So,
So yeah, just different ways like that just helps me know what's going on and what to do.
and you mentioned also owning your own film production company. So, you're on your way to being a young mogul here, right?
Yeah.
So tap into Red 13. How did Red 13 Productions come about?
Yeah, so I've wanted so in high school, well, as long as I can remember, I like to make stuff. That's the common theme here. I like to make stuff. So it came to I wanted to make a pilot episode for a TV show. I wanted to create a TV show, so gotta make a pilot episode.
Absolutely.
So it took me a long time, but I ended up writing a 30-minute pilot when I was in high school for my senior year. And then I was able to use during that time, COVID ended up like hitting, right? So
Yeah.
that means I was getting my nice little checks every week. You feel
Yeah.
me? You know what I'm saying? I was a big ball. I was on top of the world. I was big balling, you know?
Right.
Um, so I was just like, okay, I have the stars are aligning. I might as well just take my crack in and trying to produce this 30-minute pilot. And I ended up getting it done
Yep.
for my high school year. And then I was just like, okay, well, obviously I want to like release this or at least have some sort of ownership to it, right? And then I believe it was my mom that was saying like, you should have your own production company.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, bet, right? So there's that. And then, the name, I feel like me as a person, I am the color like red.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and that's, what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my favorite color, but I feel like it also just encompasses who I am. And it's not because of rage or anger that red usually signifies. I feel like it's passion. I feel like it's a fire, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a warmth, a lot of that. So I feel like I exhibit those traits of red. And I add an extra D, so it's REDD because you know what I'm saying, I could be a little extra sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So right. And then 13 is just it's a 13 is a significant number to me. It just represents a lot going on in my life. So yeah, combination, here we are.
Yes, sir. That's very dope, man. To be able to write your own pilot in high school, uh,
Yeah.
really just take the step forward for that is absolutely amazing. Then there's so many ways these days for you to be able to get your projects out, so many different streaming services.
Hmm.
And obviously, YouTube is a big thing too as well. So there's so many different avenues these days for young filmmakers to be able to tell their stories. Um,
Hmm.
so, obviously you're a music artist, so and a filmmaker. So do you find yourself combining those aspects together, maybe even with your
Yeah.
videos?
That's what I do every day, actually. When I listen to a song, I see a scene. When I see a scene, I think of a song that will go with it. I feel like music and film and just the visual media and auditory media all just come together in one beautiful sense.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked it at the time. So even with my pilot, I made the music for it too. And I just inserted my own tracks. I do that with my short films that I make. I put my own music up in there and it blends so much for me, and I feel like the fact that like I act too and direct and write and whatnot, I feel like that influences my music
Yeah.
because I find myself I feel like getting into deep stories when it comes to my songs, like what I'm saying, you mentioned first time and that's a very what I'm saying
Yeah. Yeah.
story song, so
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely. So I find myself a lot of the times just wanting to say something. And now I have arcs. Now I have a third act in my song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely blends together a lot of times.
You plan on doing a music video for the song first time?
I want to, yes. I really do want to, and I have a lot of ideas in mind. It's just it takes a lot to film. It takes a lot to film. I really do. I gotta tackle things one at a time pretty much, or I get overwhelmed. So, but I would definitely like to make a song to that, and some other songs too. I actually made a music video for Zando.
Yep.
I did a little music video visualizer type thing that's already out on YouTube, but I also made a like another music video that's more like in the world. It just has an old school vibe to it too. So I can't wait for that to be done. So I'm able to just put that out also. And yeah, this is a lot of things that I want to do. I just need to make sure I put the foot on the gas and actually get it done.
Absolutely, absolutely. Being a creative is crazy because, you're always having to create, or your mind is always thinking of, man, I want to do this, I want to do this, I
Yeah.
want to do that.
Hmm.
I found myself doing the same thing. So it's like you said, balancing, balancing what's important, right? Or just getting one thing done at a time, right? Uh,
Hmm.
what's some advice that you can give to other creators that are like yourself or want to come up in the music and entertainment game?
I mean, honestly, it's just like and you've heard this timeless, but you just got to stay consistent. You really do. You gotta stay consistent. Um, you can't let your passion die down. You can't just because you haven't gotten anything, just give up. It really is about just continuing forward. I feel like if you really just like want to do this and find love in doing it, then it shouldn't be as hard to keep going because you're not really doing it for the satisfaction of others. You're doing it for the satisfaction of yourself,
Right.
right? So, I really do feel like you just have to not give up. You have to keep going because also I believe that in life that you just need to meet certain people. You have to continue doing something, but maybe it's a certain person or it's a certain factor, external factor that needs to come into your life for everything to just boom, you know? So you can't have that boom if you're not continuing to live your life and continuing to work on your craft.
Absolutely. You never know the day or the time or the hour when you're actually going to meet that next person that connects you to that major opportunity that you're seeking.
Hmm.
You said it is consistency and just keeping going.
Hmm.
But we know with this game, it's not all peaches and cream. It comes with some stuff. So, what are some obstacles that you've had to face and overcome as an artist?
Oh, Lord. Some stuff I had to it's just the fact that so I don't have a big old team. I
Yep.
really don't. I don't have somebody that's on my Instagram at 6 p.m. dropping something. You know what I'm saying? So a
Right.
lot of the times I find myself like if I made this great song, okay, cool. Who's gonna hear it or who even knows about it? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times I gotta figure out some promotion or marketing tactics and then okay now everybody is doing it in the world so how
Yep.
are people just gonna like see yours so it's a lot of things on that front just trying to get myself out in front of the masses that's a big thing that is just kind of hard to crack because it seems like everybody it happens to everybody
Yeah.
it's still not happening to anybody. It's just a weird thing going on, honestly. So I feel like that's really been the biggest obstacle, creating, but also promoting, and then just everything that comes with it, with just being independent in general.
Being an independent creator definitely comes with so much on your own back and your own shoulders.
Mhm.
It can definitely be overwhelming, like you said. But it also has major perks. One thing about being an independent creator is that you learn everything from the ground up.
Mhm.
And you literally are in tune with exactly what you like, right? So
Mhm.
you learn the social media side, you learn the marketing side, you learn what your fans like, that type of deal. And one thing a coach told me one time when I was growing up in the sports world was you got to dominate where you're at to move up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, we all want the global fan base and, that type of deal. But
Mhm.
it's really developing that core audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's so important, because those fans will be with you thick and thin, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? What is like I guess you could say like what would you describe like your sound as? What would you describe your vision, for your music?
I feel like it is a really a love letter to the South. I feel like it's very a Southern story that ends up coming out, whether or not, you know what I'm saying, it's very directly based on the South, or it's just like,
Yeah.
different influences that you can hear. and I find myself as like a musical director in a sense, you know what I'm saying, with a visual aspect to my music,
Absolutely.
and vice versa, just very like cinematic and different details and hints that you need to pick up. So you need to keep watching, you know, like how you miss some stuff in the movie. You gotta keep listening to see what you missed
Right.
because it's just a lot of stuff going on, and I view my music as a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? It's a good time, but also it's a relating experience, but also it's an experience to um explore something new. You
Yeah.
know, it's a lot of things to a lot of people, and as long as as long as it's an experience in general,
Yeah.
that's what I feel like my music is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Being a young creator comes with a lot too, man. So one of those things is trying to convince your parents and your friends that this is
Yeah.
a real thing, right? Is
hmm
that a difficult process for you to be able to convince your own household that you are really doing this?
I mean, yeah, a lot of the times, you know, my household, my folks do support. But a lot of the times I feel like it's support because we got the same blood in us. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's not like a full blown, oh, I actually listened to the song and it's a support. It's just like, oh yeah, you did something. Of course I'm gonna, give you a high five. You
Yeah.
know, that's what I feel is what it is. You know, I feel like a lot of the times, even with friends too, that I just come across that like, yeah, they supporting me,
Yeah.
but they haven't actually consumed the media and actually enjoyed to be like, oh, I'm blasting this every day. I do have friends that is the case though. Like, my friends are just always just like, oh, we actually put it on the TV. This is something that we actually
Right.
want to listen to. And I was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That actually means something than the fire emojis that I get under comments. It just
Absolutely.
means you know what I'm saying? It means so much more. So, a lot but I still feel like I have to convince people in a sense. Um, just friends, household folks, I feel like I still need to convince them, and I'm do that once my name has been built up or it has some receipts to it. And
Absolutely.
that's just one of the things.
Absolutely. They say your real fan base is not even the fan base that involves your family and friends. It's people that are
Exactly.
and that is pretty true. Like I even noticed for myself, I get more, I guess you could say more like traction from strangers. You know what I'm saying? People I don't know. And
hmm
it's kind of crazy to see, but it comes with the game, right? You know what I'm saying? And as
Yeah.
you expand, you're gonna build people from all around the world, right? Do you have any
hmm
like, places that you want to tour, like just want to see and be able to perform at?
I definitely want to hit the hot spots of New York and LA. I feel like that'll definitely be one of the bigger moments. I also want to show up in Miami too. I feel like Miami lit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I definitely want to show up down there and see what's going on, definitely.
Absolutely.
And I want to do one like an island type thing too, you know. I feel like that would be very because the islanders be lit, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
Caribbeans, West Indies,
Yep,
the other islands, they just be lit, you know what I'm saying? It's hot down there already. They can't not be lit, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So I definitely want to do that too. Those are the ones that I have in mind though. Those are the main ones I have in mind.
Okay. So what's next for you, man? What's next for you with music or film? What you got cooking up?
I mean, I just created a dope song with my homeboy Jordan. And I'm just ready to see the effects of that, like, master mix, whatnot. I'm ready to see that. Like I said, Dojo 37 is gonna have a new song.
Yep.
So I'm just putting everything into motion with that. I also have plans on dropping EP actually shortly after JoJo 37 song comes out. So I already have my plans with that too. I have some songs in the bank. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? I'm ready to cash out. Yeah, I'm ready to cash
Yes,
out, you know?
sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. So I have that too. So I do plan on releasing another little EP thing.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's just I think it's just a lot going on that's gonna happen.
Absolutely. We all heard it here. You know what I'm saying? New EP coming from Lit
Yeah,
Zando, man. We look
yeah,
forward to
yeah.
seeing it. Go ahead and tell our followers where they can follow you, where they can find you, and where they can listen to your music at.
You can find me on Instagram, which is lit_Zando. I'm on all streaming platforms, Lit Zando. That's the name. And yeah, if you want to follow the Red 13 production page, I have that, and that's Red 13 Productions, REDD 13 Productions on YouTube. I also have the Instagram page, same name, Red 13 Productions. And also, if you want to see like my acting ventures, you can also find me on Instagram at 3THANPAUL. That's my name. 3 Paul, but it's really Ethan Paul, but it's a 3 backwards. Yeah, yeah, you'll see, you'll see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can find me on there also. Yeah, yeah. That's what I got going on. Oh, on TikTok too. LITZANDO. That's the name. So yeah, just find me on there.
Absolutely, man. You know, we got to tap in with a multi-talented young mogul himself, Lit Zando out of Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Hey, we represent for the South today, man. It was dope to have you on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Appreciate you for coming.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And that's Who's Hot.
All these bankroll round me. IP, Kimmy in my white tee. Ooh, I think they like me. Everybody got a franchise, young with my tee. Certified Atlanta affiliate. Post account of ATL on my certificate. Been to eat like A daily. For the A, I'm gon' ride. Let me get a hot honey, little pepper peach drink on the side.